Hello and welcome back to Mechabella. And what we're going to be working on today is a request I had over on the Discord forum, the Degenerates Discord forum specifically. Somebody was asking me if the spider mine on the tarantula not yielding XP to its host, the original tarantula, was a bug. I don't believe it is because it matches with some other behaviors we've seen in game. But I thought, you know what? I haven't seen a video on this. Maybe it's out there and I've missed it. I don't know. But let's do a video testing summoned units. Do they yield XP or not? So we're going to run through all the different units here. We've got a whole bunch that yield spawn units, melting point, for example, the fortress sandworm, they all have units they spawn, right? Let's see here. Vortex has a doppelganger, right? Marksman has more fangs, etc. So we're going to go through, look at the summoned units, and see if those summoned units give XP when they make kills. So we're going to start off with the crawler. It's a little tough to test some of these just because of the nature of the units and their dynamics. So we're going to test a non-augmented crawler, and then we're going to go back and augment it with a replicate tech. We're going to see if the XP it gets before and after is the same. Crawler's going to cut through all the fangs. We're going to look and see. $216 XP for this unit of crawlers. All right, so in theory, if the crawler replicate skill, if the units that are created when a crawler destroys a fang, if they yield XP, then we should see 216 XP when we're done. If they steal XP, they don't yield XP, then we should see less than 216 XP when we're done. So let's test it. But let me grab it in time, so we'll look here. Less than 216 XP, 198. So the replicate skill is very useful for creating more chaff in the crawlers. It can actually be very strong and very powerful to have in your arsenal, but it does decrease the amount of XP that your crawlers receive. Instead of the 216, we have 198 because some replicated crawlers killed other fangs and stole XP from the host crawlers. Good to know, right? So let's see here. Now again, some of these are going to be tough to test. We're going to make up some ways to test them. So next up on the list is going to be the Marksman. Now the Marksman may struggle a bit here. He's not really designed for this. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to do a couple of Marksmen actually. The goal is really going to be to see what their XP is like, you know. Here we go. The goal is going to be to see what is their XP by themselves versus when they have the Fang production or shooting squad here enabled. I don't know if 4 is enough. We're just going to test it and see. My wife cleaned up my office and all my pens are gone. I just realized that. I've got nothing to write with. Here's a pen. I just need something to write on now. Which piece of paper? This work? What is this? That'll work. All right, pen and paper. Here we go. So let's see. This guy, he has. Yeah, I'm going to call him Marksman 1. He has 36 XP. Marksman 2 is 72 XP. Marksman 3 is 60 XP. And Marksman 4 is 48 XP. Alright, so now we're going to enable shooting squad. So in theory, if the fangs yield XP, we should see similar amounts of XP, right? The total sum of all the XP. Let's see how much that's going to cost. I'll punch it in the calculator since I pull up my calculator app. That was the correct pin phone. Come on. There we go. And there's my calculators. We've got 36 plus 72 plus 60 plus, I should have it memorized by now, but I don't. 216, duh, that's right, we just did it last round. 216 XP for 1 unit of Fang. So we should see 216 summed when we're done. Let's see if that holds true or not. Definitely seen the Fangs make some kills. Alright, now we're going to check the XP and see, do we have 216? So we've got, oh shoot, I can't do that because, well, yeah, we can do that. So we got 72 plus 108 plus 96 plus 6, oops, crap, hit the wrong button. This junky little app doesn't have, oh, there it is. I was going to say it doesn't have a backspace, but there it is. 60, alright. Divided by 2, less than 216, so times 2. We're going to subtract off 216. We had 120 XP that time. So out of 216 XP points available, we only gained 120. So 120 XP. Now you say, well, what happened? You didn't delete it. I forgot to delete them. So instead of seeing just the pure XP, we have last round's XP plus this round's XP. So last round we had 216. So I took the total, subtracted off 216. The difference is 120 XP. So we gained 120 XP off this 1 unit of Fang, which had a total possible of 216 XP. So basically we lost roughly 100 XP, about 96 XP were knocked off because we didn't have all the XP gains. The Fangs actually stole XP away from the Marksmen, took the XP away from them. So as a result, we did not gain all the XP, and so we're going to actually lose XP, and our Marksmen are going to level more slowly because of the Fangs, the shooting squad that they have. So what else are we going to do now? Let's see. Jump up here. See, Hound, Void Eye, Arclight, Vortex. Do a pair of Vortex here. So let's see. I think 2 Vortex might be enough to take them all. Let's see. Again, we should have a total of 216 when we're done. Oh, yeah, 2 Vortex is plenty for these guys. Honestly, 1 is probably enough. Yep, each one got 108. That's 216 combined. So we have our 216. Do the same thing again. We're going to deploy the electromagnetic twin. So does that yield XP for them or not? $72. $72. We have less than the 216 we should have had. So we've got about 148. So we actually lost a lot of XP with the electromagnetic twin, stealing the XP off these vortex crabs. So yes, once again, and it's probably going to hold true. Realistically, at this point, we could probably extrapolate and say every summoned unit is going to steal attack. But for the sake of this experiment, we're going to just continue to go through. And same thing, we should see 216 coming from these guys. We're going to just put them right up here on the line, make sure they're well within range. And I'm actually going to tech them with energy absorption to make sure they don't die. We should see 216 when we're done. Like I said, energy absorption, they didn't die. We've got the 216 right there, right? So we obviously are set. It worked out. So let's do it again. This time, we're going to do mechanical division, right? And this time what we're going to do, grab 3 of these guys, straight back here and away, right? The one guy, face them head on. That should bust him up. Well, not quite. They're 3,000 apiece. He got over 6,000. So I need one more, actually. That should bust him up. I may get that one, too. That's fine if I do. I don't need all of them. That should bust him up and let loose the crawlers. All right. We'll go ahead and give him range so he doesn't move. I want him to sit still in this missile and get hit. Here we go. So again, 216, we should see it next round when we finish this experiment. Come on now, keep moving. All right, crawler got a couple. That's good. Yep, crawlers are getting them. Do we have 216? We do not have 216. We have 156. So once again, crawlers summoned from the corpses of the steel balls stole XP, and they didn't get all the XP. So they're going to level more slowly. Good to know. We tested Tarantula in another video. I guess we'll go ahead and do it again. It doesn't hurt to do it twice. Again, we should see some XP on this guy as the spider mines deal damage to the fangs. Unless they kill the spider mines and the tarantula just kills everything else. Alright, we'll try that with a unit of crawlers instead. So we should see 216 XP on this guy. When it's all said and done. Wow, I was wondering if he was going to explode there or not. 8 XP. So once again, as I proved in the other video, Spider-Man stole all the XP from this poor little tarantula, absolutely starving it to death. Our fangs back on the board, all the way to the front once again. We're going to swap sides. We're going to delete out this guy. So if you're wondering, if you got a bunch of summoned units, you're like, man, I just suddenly stopped. I was doing so well, and I've just stopped completely. I don't understand. Why am I not building units? Well, this is why. So we're going to test it with a hacker now. Hacker doesn't summon units. The hacker, what it does instead, is the hacker actually will steal units. So in theory, the hacker should steal units, gain XP for the units that it steals. So it should get 216 if it steals all the fangs. But if the units it steals in turn steal XP from it and don't share, it's going to have less than 216 XP. So let's test it. Again, not a summoned unit per se, but it is a stolen unit, so we're going to test it and see. Do we have 216? No, we have 180. So as we probably could have safely assumed, the units it steals in turn steal XP from it. Alright, Wasp and Phoenix don't summon units, neither does the Phantom, or the Wraith, or the Scorpion, or the Farseer, or the Typhoon, but the Vulcan does. So let's do this. Let's do best partner. What we're going to do is we're going to grab this Vulcan. I want to grab just the Vulcan and just kind of move off here and out of the line of fire. Let the Marksman, and we're going to let the Fangs move forward that come from the Marksman, and then we'll check the XP on this guy at the end. Alright. There they go. So they're going to march forward and go attack. This guy is going to get out of the way, let them do some damage, and we're going to watch and see if he builds XP. But just like that, we just proved no. He's already busted 2. No XP is coming to the Vulcan. We're going to go ahead and just stop it right there. There's no need to let it go all the way through. He has no XP after the Marksman engaged and killed several units, so it's pretty clear the Marksman steals XP from the Vulcan. Melting point. Now, nobody really uses this tech, crawler production. Once again, we're going to run it. We're going to see what happens. It puts out 8 crawlers. We're going to do a couple of these guys just to make sure we get enough crawlers going that we chop these guys up quickly. We have 18, 24. We have considerably less than 216 XP combined, which means that the crawlers, once again, stole XP. So you lose your XP with crawler production. How about fort? Fang production, maybe? And we're going to do 4 forts. Like so. Grab all 4 of them. Kind of like earlier, we're just going to kind of walk back over here out of the way, let the fangs engage, and we're going to see if they get any XP from the fangs. We are not building XP, ladies and gentlemen, which means that the fort fangs, once again, steal XP. So the common theme we're seeing is if you summon a unit, if you capture a unit, if the unit is not something you personally deployed onto the board with money that you spent, it's going to steal all the XP. Now we're nearly done here, not much left. Sandworm. Once again, we should see 216 XP. We're just going to put this guy right on the line. This is a quick and easy one to check. Well, I screwed that up. I got to put him further back so he actually replicates. My bad. He has to go down so he can come up. That way he can... Oh, I screwed that up. Let's do this. Hang on, I'll fix it, y'all. Alright, that's fine. Start him there. He'll go down. When he pops up, his replicate will be there. His replicate will score some kills. I'm going to predict he doesn't get XP for it. $84. We do not have 216. So once again, the replicate, summoned unit, stole XP. This is the theme that we're seeing. Summoned units steal your XP. Raiden doesn't spawn any, but the Overlord certainly does. Oh, for love of Mike, grab the one I'm trying to grab here. People are like, I need more time. You don't really need more time. You just need the cursor to work the first time. Once again, we're going to test and see if the mothership will do its job. But I'm going to predict that once again, it just steals all the XP. Yep, we got 0 XP across the board. Once again, all the XP has been stolen. Alright, War Factory. The much lauded War Factory. Terrifyingly strong, overpowered, right? Just a monstrous machine. Heaven help us if it hits the board. All the stuff it puts out, right? Well, let's go see. Is it actually going to steal our XP again? All these summoned units? And once again, I will predict that yes, the summoned units are completely going to steal all of our XP. So where's the tank? There it is. He's stuck underneath it. There they go together. And we're not seeing any XP gain. Yeah, he's still at 0. So once again, summoned units stealing XP. So the War Factory is a strong unit, but it doesn't build levels off of its summoned units. This is a huge loss for the War Factory. You consider the sheer volume of units that it puts out that hit the board, and yet none of those units actually granted XP. The only way it levels is if it actually scores hits itself. So you actually have to play it kind of far forward if you want to get more than a level 1 War Factory. Otherwise, you just have to content yourself with a level 1 in the backfield. Let's see, Abyss. Abyss has a summon unit. Let's do Dark Companion. Can I get 4 with a single mobile beacon? I think I can. Yeah, I did. Alright. Kids, don't put 4 of them together like this at home. Are they traveling with them? Oh, now that's interesting. Usually, as we've seen, no, I think they're just getting pushed. The Abyss is so big, it's pushing. Interesting. It's actually pushing the Wraiths away, and they can't actually get out from in front of the Abyss. So we learned something new today. Not only do summoned units steal tech, but if you put 4 Abysses together, they will effectively trap the Wraiths and drag the Wraiths with them, and probably anything else in the air that's there. Once again, we're at 0 XP, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, science has proven the obvious. Summoned units steal your tech, or steal your XP. And the last ones are the Death Knells. This guy's got that one. I'm just going to predict that yes, it's going to steal XP. We're going to rock and roll with it. Go get him. So go get him. I have no XP once again. We'll stop the test right there. No sense in finishing it. And the very last one is going to be the experimental Death Knell. Delete. I like this unit a lot. So this should let the replicas move forward and hit them. So the replicas should move forward. This guy should be able just to come straight back again. And just kind of avoid everything while the replicas move forward and do their damage. Last experiment. Yeah, there we go. Get him, replicas. Wow, that's terrifying. And yes, 0 XP once again. So, summon units, steal your attack. Definitive. Alright, and I already did in the battlefield powers. I'll do one example here, but I'm not going to run through all of them because I did it in a different video already. But your Rhino Assault is also going to steal your tech by killing other units. So I'm going to demonstrate one time with a Rhino, 2 things here. Put a Wraith out here. So when the Rhino drops, it's going to bust these guys up and give tech. And that tech's actually shared. See, it got tech for the fangs that it killed, but now that it's killing other fangs, we're still at 36. Watch it kill these last fangs. See, still at 36. So when you drop a unit onto the board with a battlefield power, it will give you shared XP across all your units. I only put 1 down. Watch the other video if you want to see the more in-depth experiment. It's the battlefield powers. The video is titled "Do Battlefield Powers Give XP?" Watch that video. But the short version here is yes. The summoned units will give XP if they destroy units when they land, and that XP is split between all your units on the board. But then every unit after that they kill, after their deployment drop, those units don't give XP because it counts as a summoned unit kill. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it interesting and educational. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, post in the comments, and be sure to like and subscribe. See you guys in the battlefield.